Hey everyone, Jim here, doing a in-depth look and preview of Victory at Sea Atlantic. Now this game is from Evil Twin Artworks. Victory at Sea it transports the players to what's the word? A tumultuous waters of the Atlantic during World War II. As the commander of your fleet, you'll engage in epic sea battles from frozen Arctic to U-boat-infested waters, carrying vital supplies from North America to Great Britain. The game boasts that it offers a vast variety and array of ships, planes, submarines, each with unique strengths and weaknesses, allowing for strategic depth and replayability. Now, continuing on, one thing that I highly recommend is going through the tutorial videos. The tutorial videos cover basically everything that has to do with this game. And just to give you a short example, you can click through each one. I'm going to do basic combat. We're going to watch the first few. Just a brief example of the controls and just how well these are done.
Screen. Here you can select ships and fleets and move them around in the deployment zone. Ships in a squadron will move in formation. They are currently in a column formation, so they will move in single file. You can change the formation here. The fleet will then move into the new formation. Squadrons are listed here. This fleet has 2 squadrons.
So I highly recommend that before you start even digging and diving into the game to go through those videos. They give a lot of insights on gun range, capabilities, changing arc levels. I mean, pretty much everything you'll need to know to carry out combat in the game. There are two types of gameplay. There's the campaign mode and a single fleet campaign. The single fleet campaign actually will run you through a tutorial within that gameplay, and that's what we're going to be mainly focusing on. And then I actually plan a longer stream of actual maybe a couple hours of gameplay on just running through an entire campaign. It does support mods, which the community has posted up, and upon release, I read through the forums. The developer has actually addressed a lot of the issues that players found when the game was initially released. So the developers are highly engaged in reading your reviews and comments, and they're fixing those as they're posted. Which is pretty nice. I love when developers engage with the community that's playing their game, because they want you to enjoy it too. So let's move on. So the game does support many languages. For the purpose of this video, we're going to do this in English, but there are several language support. Now we'll pick the single fleet. And we're going to stay with easy because I'm a baby. And we're going to do, if you'll notice here, the standard Allied campaign has a tutorial that explains the fundamental and mechanics at the Atlantic Sea. The tutorial videos may also be viewed for further details, which is what I showed you earlier. So let's continue. The next thing it's allowing me is to choose initial posting. We're going to do I love submarines. I think we're going to start with submarines just because I'm a sucker. And then it's going to load into the game. Game does give you a little video. Kind of like an old-fashioned reel that you'd see in the theaters. Which often the civilians and folks back home would watch these. And you can name your officer. Going to be Lieutenant Razor. And now this is the start of the campaign. Now, all of these are detailed and described in the video tutorials on what they mean. But here's the new objective overview. You can either skip it or you can say okay.
In this campaign, you are given command of a single vessel. Later to grow into a larger task force, should you be promoted to a high enough rank.
Now, again, these are
The
covered.
officer panel displays your personal battle records and statistics.
Okay, I'm gonna fast forward through. I'm gonna get all this set up, and then I will show you what an actual campaign setup looks like, and then how you can execute it or auto resolve. Both of those features are available. I couldn't see auto resolving unless it's just a little skirmish. But let's move forward here. So as you can see from the campaign map, it'll cover in through here. And you can use the keys to move around the map. You can also use the mouse wheel to kind of tilt the campaign map. Each campaign is timed, and the objective I got was to sink this ship here, which I found here, and I sped up time. I actually started at this port. Within here in the port, you can use war bonds, or you gather war bonds to upgrade your ships. You can dock them in there to upgrade your fleet. But we're going to get into this campaign, and that's where we're going to pick it up next. Actually, when we get closer to target, we'll submerge, and this is a destroyer, so obviously sonar is going to be a concern. So we're going to get closer. You can speed up time, plus or minus, which will pass time rather quickly. And you can also pause the campaign. Now, once you get into range of the target, it's going to pop up with this an alert. You have few options here. You can either evade, view them on the map, or you can enter combat, which is going to set you up in the combat ready screen. So that's exactly what we're going to do.
Visibility good. We have smooth seas.
All right, so we're already at periscope depth. There is our. This is if you had a fleet, you could set everybody up, set what you want. That's the actual target. The tutorial go through in here. It'll tell you all the options you have as far as setup. And as you can see, if I look at my ship here, there's my oxygen and battery since I am submerged. So let's move in and let's do battle. Let's do this. All right, let's look at D. And let's start the battle. Really like the view of these boats. The vehicles are actually quite well done. There's our target. Just by clicking on them, we can zoom in.
Fire at will.
Man, sadly, I went through a whole combat with another destroyer, and I thought it was unpaused. It was paused, and I actually ended up getting sunk. I wasn't paying attention to how much oxygen I had left, so I had to surface, and I was trying to get in closer to the ship because I was losing range, attack angles, everything. Just following a ship from the campaign screen, you want to position yourself. Destroyers are fast, and so you want to position yourself and then, you know, where you want to be, and then attack them. That way you get the angle of attack and the upper hand. Now it is night, so I could surface for a while to do the chase. And right now in this second engagement, the enemy is not within visibility. They're probably going to run out of the campaign. I'm going to hit auto resolve for this one. Just because, I mean, even on this map, which I'm zoomed all the way out and I can pan around, I don't see anything. Doesn't mean they're not there. I just can't see them either through periscope. They're just not there. So let's hit auto resolve. I want to see what happens. And I think it's just as I thought. Oh, they sunk it. Okay. Hey, I got 50 experience for that. Well, that's pretty neat, but I like doing it myself. Now, with that experience, I can't apply that to my officer. My officer will gain, as you can see here, the lieutenant that I created gains both war bonds and experience towards his rank for promotion. To view his progress, you can click on him, and I can see, you know, any accommodations, experience, how much, you know. That's pretty neat. The AI destroyed it. I couldn't even see it. I promise you, in upcoming videos and in the live stream, I will get that angle of attack down, and I will show combat footage. But I'd rather do it in a live stream. The game is pretty damn realistic as far as visibility, attack range, setting up the right weapons with the right attack angles. You know, even on easy mode, which I plan to change to a harder mode. But we're going to go back to the dock in this particular save, and I'll pick this back up. I'm going to go ahead and say dock here. Oh, I guess I have to move. Okay. But once I dock, I can resupply. And then, you know, if there's any upgrades available for my sub fleet. But this is pretty cool. I mean, it covers the whole theater. Being able to control both, you know, submarines, which I love, and then, you know, several fleets to one fleet. Moving ships in and out of different fleets with their officers based on rank and experience. Who I want to do that. The ability to speed up time. It's really neat. It's going to be nice to see how this progresses as I start to destroy ships. Am I going to start, you know, cutting the enemy's ability to resupply their bases? I really, really am enjoying this experience. And I think they've, you know, I really believe that James Carroll, the director of the studio, has created a great game. So, lots more coverage to come. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you do purchase it, make sure you watch those tutorials. I went through about half of them. So I've already been given new orders. But we're going to save that. You can save anywhere. You know, you can save during an engagement. So if you're worried about, you know, getting obliterated, you can always just save, and redo it till you get it right, as you practice through. So really, really cool game. I definitely am I'm honored that the publisher for Evil Twin Artworks, I always forget the last part. I remember Evil Twin. But their publisher gave me a key to review this and to play it, and I play it. I will. I love these types of combat, especially World War II. It was a very unique time period as far as weaponry compared to what they have today. So thank you for watching. Hopefully this will bring some of you, if you see that they've, you know, fixed the bugs that you found earlier, I didn't read all of the reviews, but you'll go back and give this either change your rating, go back and play again, see if they, it meets your, meets your satisfaction. Because that's my objective here. I'm not here to sell games. I'm here to find people who love this genre, enjoy it, but maybe just missed, it was a missed opportunity from the beginning. No developer's perfect. There's always going to be, things that are overlooked. It's very rare that I ever purchase any new release that's 100%, without bugs and flawless. They just don't, nobody has enough play testers to test everything. So again, thank you for watching. Look for upcoming videos, streams on this title as I continue to cover it and actually enjoy playing it. So take care, and we'll see you on the next one.